Hi everybody, welcome to Caketastic Cakes. It's Jen, and I've made all these YouTubers' famous Minecraft skins. And today's video is going to be about Stampy Longnose. Okay, just like before, if you guys see any tools you need or any products or anything like that, check in the description below. I have links to most of the main things that I use, so it might help you out, okay? Alright, to make our Stampy, we're going to start with orange, surprisingly enough, right? I'm rolling it out between a couple pieces of wood that I have, so it's maybe a ½ inch thick, probably not even quite that thick, but just about. And it rolls out in an even thickness by using the 2 pieces of wood. I made a square and a rectangle, but they're the same width, so they line up. You see like that on my lollipop stick? Just shove them on down, push them together, and you've got the legs now and the torso for your Minecraft skin. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to make the head. Those pieces of wood I use are actually rectangles, so if I turn them on their sides so they're standing up taller, they're a little bit thicker than the rest of the body. That's how I make the head, so that way they are a little bit bigger, a little thicker, so you can see, especially here on the sides. On the sideways view, you could see that it was thicker. Again, make it nice and square, put it on carefully, a little bit of water in between your layers, and you're good. Alright, going to do his arms. I made a long, thin rectangle, same thickness as the body and the legs, not the head. Make it so that it's just shy of coming down to his waist. You see how it squares off at the shoulder and it comes down almost to his waist. We're going to add little white paws here, and those are going to fill in the rest of the distance, so you don't have to worry about it. So I took the white, same thickness before as the body and the legs and the arms, and now we're going to make little white paws. I just made my rectangle, line it up with the arm, trim it so it fits. I put water on the 2 sides against the body and the arm and push them into place, make them stick. I rolled out some white very thin now. This is going to be his little chest fur patch thing. And I've seen different pictures of his body. I've seen it with, more white on his body, less white on his body. I don't know. I went with this because I thought it looked cute. I stepped it at the bottom and then left it flat across the top and just kind of put it right in the middle of his chest, just like that. I guess it kind of feels like, since he's supposed to be a cat, that maybe it's just a little white patch on his chest. Now we're going to do his feet around the bottom. I'm just painting a little bit of water with my paintbrush. That long thin piece I cut there, I'm just going to wrap it around the very bottom of his legs. I'm using my knife blade to make sure it's all nice and straight. When you get to that middle seam, I made that middle seam, I'm sorry if I didn't say this already, I made it with my knife. I just pressed down in the center on the front and back to make it look like his legs were separated. Okay, so anyway, connect that white piece in the middle. There you go. You already have your seam there that matches up with the rest of the legs. And add a little bit on the back too. Another little mark on the back for that. This is going to be the little, I don't even know, little pads of his feet, sort of. His feet aren't straight across white in the front. They have that little divot taken out. So I'm using my X-Acto knife and just carefully take a little nip out of each foot. And so far, he's very easy, and we're just moving right along. This piece here, it's 2 squares the same size, and I'm just making steps again, and I'm going to flip it over as you see here, and I'm going to take out the reverse side of it. So we have just kind of like almost like a lightning bolt sort of shape. And I'm putting that piece onto my other square, and I'm going to cut it out. And I will have 2 of the same shape and size, lightning bolt kind of shape. These are going to go on the side of his head where his little kitty cat ears are going to be. Or I guess to kind of give the impression of cat ears, because Minecraft really doesn't have ears that stick out too much. Maybe in dogs and horses. Okay, so maybe it does have ears that stick out, but not all the time, darn it, and not in this skin, okay? So I don't know if you guys watch a lot of Stampy. Or your kids probably do, probably not you yourselves. But I'm also going to have a video out soon of his buddy, who is iBallisticSquid. I'm also got lots of other Minecraft videos out. There's one of Super Girly Gamer, Jen, her skin. I'm going to have a Furious Destroyer, which is Pat's skin. So all of your famous Minecraft YouTubers that, your kids are addicted to, like mine were back in the day. I know them, and I feel your pain, and they're pretty cute and pretty harmless, which is hard to say about a lot of these videos. But anyway, we're going to keep moving. Okay, I talked my way through the face. It was the square that I cut the niche out the front, and then 2 little cheek sides at the bottom. I made 2 little squares of green. You can see them sitting up and toward the right there in your screen. And these 2 squares of black, I just took out a little corner You see how there's a little opening now? So it just goes up and over. I'm going to fill those little spots in with the green, and I just made Stampy's eyes. See? Not hard at all, right? Just position them in those little divot, or those little white sections up top. I made a really tiny little black square on either side of his eye for his little eyelashes that come out, because he is a very nice and gentle little YouTuber. He's safe for your kids to watch normally anyway. I don't know. As long as he hasn't changed, then he's still safe. I use a little piece of gray rectangle, nice and thin again, for his mouth. You don't want it to go too far to either side. It sits in the center of his little kitty face there, like that. And now you can't really see what I'm doing, but he's dry. I let him sit overnight, and now I'm going over him with an edible food coloring marker. I'm making little dash marks in orange. It doesn't show too well, but in person you can see it, so you just kind of trust me I'm doing that. It shows up. It gives a little more detail, makes it look a little more pixelated, and just kind of finishes the look a little bit. I'm using brown now to separate out the little toes of his hands, and I'm going to do the same thing on his feet, just 2 little lines on each foot and each paw, and then I'm going to also add a couple little dots and dashes with the brown marker as well. Since the orange really didn't stand out even in person, although it is better in person, I decided to accent it a little more, and I find that brown goes a long way when you're using colors like orange or red and you need a little highlight without it being too starkly contrasting. This works really well. So yeah, there you go. You got yourself a cute little Stampy, and he's, like I said, not hard at all. Okay, so please check out my other Minecraft videos. Like I said, I'm going to have more of the YouTuber ones coming out pretty darn soon. Please like and subscribe. That really helps me. And as always, guys, thank you for watching Caketastic Cakes.